What's going on YouTube? Mike here with iHeart Knives, and in this video we're going to be doing a quick unboxing. This comes from John, KME user, and let's get right into it. Oh man. So I think now everybody knows what this is. This is the Grimsmo Knives Norseman. So I think John probably had an inkling that I was a fan of actions on knives, and you don't really get any better than this. Oh yeah. That is so smooth. Their machining is just so well done too. The machining and the talent that they have for, you know, that minutia that we look for with knives, especially high-end knives like this. I mean, these are in the $1,000 range. It has a pretty significant recurve. You know, the blade is just essentially round. You know, it does have a dual grind, so the tip is ground a little bit thicker, so it's you know, a little beefier. It's actually almost as thick as, well, maybe not quite as thick, but close to as thick as a SOCOM Elite. I'd say probably about a third the way back from the very tip is probably what the actual tip of the SOCOM Elite is. It thins out a little bit as you get to the very tip, but you know, close. And the crowning on the spine is beautiful. They do a really nice stone wash. I like how they leave the machining marks on the blade. That's pretty cool. You know, there's no mistake that this is machined, but I think that's pretty sweet. Steel's RW34, and I think it runs on caged bearings. It has a thumb stud, so you can thumb flick it. The detent on it is really, really nice. You can feel the pressure build up as you start to put pressure on the thumb stud, and then just as soon as that actually locked up, so it just has to get, basically as soon as you push it out of the detent, you know, as soon as you put just enough pressure to get it out, it'll just, the rest of the way is effortless. I mean, it's a pretty weighty blade, so yeah, that detent is so nice. I really like knives like this that have nice actions. I especially like being able to borrow them or see them first, because I go for the utility type blades, but blades that have action like this are a lot of fun. You know, I don't know that I'd ever buy one. I don't know that the money is justified. I think it, no, I shouldn't say that. I believe the money is justified. I just think I don't know how often I'd use it. So if I can justify it enough to make it like a beater, or get it to that point, not beater, but you know what I mean, where I can use it daily, I would spend the money, because I know the quality is there and it's justified by, you know, quality and price are justified. The time that it takes to make the scales and all the machining of all these parts, I believe it's 100% justified. And that they're you know, a small business, and you know, they still produce on a small level compared to, you know, like Spyderco or Benchmade. So in that regard, I think it's 100% worth it. My only thought is, if I were to tie up this much money into a knife, where you can buy 3 SOCOM Elites, or not that you'd need that, but you guys, I think, get what I'm saying. I don't know. Maybe it is worth it. When I have it in hand and I'm feeling it, it's 100% worth it. And the action it's even nicer than the Paisan. I'd say that the Grimsmo Norseman is probably one of the nicest actions in the world. Shirogorov is probably the only other knife that competes with having such a nice action. Or, when it comes to being able to drop shot a knife, and just the fluidity, and there's absolutely no no hang-ups on it. Now you can argue that something like the Large Nkosi has really nice hydraulic action where there's no hiccups or holdups. When you go to slow roll it, there's nothing. Even when there's dust and stuff, it's still really nice. But it doesn't drop shut. It does fly out, and it'll fall a little bit, but it's not even close to an action like the Norseman. But they're totally different knives. So in that regard, it's hard to even talk about or compare them. But I just mean from the standpoint of what I would use the knife for. I just have a hard time justifying the price for the fidget factor. But damn, this is so freaking nice. Everything's chamfered or rounded over. The pattern, I love this pattern. That you can feel like the points of each crown. I'll zoom in and show you guys closer up, bringing it a little bit closer. But this thing is just an absolute beauty. Yeah, let me bring it a little bit closer and show you more of those details. And I'll give you my final thoughts on it, my first impressions. Thanks again, John, for sending this, and for sending the Paisan. I can't believe you sent this knife, honestly, but I really appreciate it, and this thing is definitely going to get pocket time. I know you said carry it as much as I want. I will, within reason. I won't take it to work, but I will carry it while I'm at home and do maybe a couple really light use things, because I don't want to have to touch the edge, just because sharpening this, I'm sure, is a bitch. But man, what a beauty. When that thing locks up, yeah, there's just such authority. I love it. All right, let me bring you guys in closer and show you more details. All right, guys, so taking a closer look, the Norseman comes in a case, much like a Pelican case, and then Grimsmo Knives outfits foam padding in it, and they do like a custom cutout, so everything fits perfectly. As for the knife, obviously it's top of the line construction. The anodization on it is perfect. The CNC work is incredible. The feel of it when you go to flip it, the build up, and the action as it flies out is just incredible. The attention to detail is it's pretty mind blowing. There's no sharp spots or hot spots on the knife. Everything is contoured and everything is chamfered. The peaks of the CNC work in the handle scale are like little pyramids that stick up. They're not sharp, but they give enough grip that you can easily pull it out of your pocket. The pocket clip retention is dialed in really nicely. The centering is perfect. The flipper is perfect. I mean, just pretty much everything on this knife is perfect. It is a big knife, which I'm a fan of. In the pocket, you feel it though. It's a pretty weighty blade. It's a pretty weighty knife in general. You're gonna know you have it on you, that's for damn sure. But all in all, just a fantastic knife. And the only thing I'm not a huge fan of is the severe recurve on it. But in terms of cutting, the recurve is one of the best cutters you can have. So in that regard, it's great. But no serious complaints. All in all, I think the knife is a fantastic knife. And again, thanks to John for sending it my way to review for the channel, or do first impressions for the channel. And I hope you guys like the video. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments or email me at iheartknives@yahoo.com. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.